Puerto Vallarta is blessed with great weather and fantastic natural surroundings. Banderas Bay also gives some amazing options to see the city while getting some exercise. In this video, we're going to show you our favorite walks in central Puerto Vallarta, ranging from the most popular to the lesser known but more fascinating spots. Living in Puerto Vallarta, we take full advantage of the great food and drink found here, but we have to balance that out. After all, we have an intimidating bucket list to accomplish, so we make sure to get out and walk and exercise every morning. Be sure to stick around as we have some great walking spots to show you, some that you might not know about, but first we're going to start with the most popular spot of all. The Malecon is a must-see for any trip to Puerto Vallarta and is considered one of the city's most iconic spots. Think of this as a promenade or a concrete boardwalk / outdoor art gallery. Here in the mornings you can stroll along the ocean with few people around, or visit in the evening when the crowd gathers to watch the sunset over Banderas Bay. The Malecon is lined with restaurants, bars, clubs, and vendors, selling anything you could possibly want. There's always a little shade from the palm trees and plenty of great spots to stop and lose yourself staring out at the ocean. No trip to Puerto Vallarta is complete without a visit here, but our favorite time to visit is in the early morning when the temperatures are cool and you can stroll along at a leisurely pace or go for a run with few people in the way. The actual Malecon is only 12 blocks or 1 mile long. It stretches from the Hotel Rosita at the north end of the beach to the main plaza in downtown Puerto Vallarta at the Arches Amphitheater. Here you get views of the ocean and Our Lady of Guadalupe. While the walk does continue past this to the south, technically the Malecon only encompasses the area of the oceanfront in the downtown area. The walk continues to what is often referred to as the Malecon 2, and can be walked all the way to the Los Muertos Pier. One of the highlights of the Malecon that you don't want to miss are the Flying Men of Pampatla. Here, the aptly named Birdmen of Puerto Vallarta perform a seemingly death-defying ritual that dates back 450 years. The ceremony is believed to originally have been used to summon the gods during times of drought. The flyers climb the pole and wind ropes around the top. There is distinctive flute and drum music that starts the ceremony, and then 4 men tumble backward off the pole and begin to spin around, hanging as the rope unwinds itself. The birdmen spin more than a dozen times around the pole, eventually reaching safety on the ground. The Malecon is a great walk with beautiful art included all along the way. Various artists have contributed a wide variety of bronze sculptures. The city has done an amazing job of commissioning fantastic pieces, and they always seem to be adding more works and making upgrades to the experience. The Caballero del Mar sculpture of the boy riding a seahorse is one of the more famous landmarks, dating back to 1976, and was created by Rafael Zamarripa. We normally continue our walk past the Arches Amphitheater. After a few minutes more, you will cross the bridge over the Cuale River and can walk further down, all the way to the pier at Los Muertos Beach, where there are fantastic views looking back at the romantic zone. We suggest actually coming here more than once during your stay, as it is a completely different experience depending on the time of day that you visit. From the Los Muertos Pier, we're going to head back to the north to start our next great walk, the extended Cuale River walk. The Cuale River forms the natural boundary between Centro and the Romantic Zone, and we're starting our walk here today at the steps that go down from the center of the bridge. The walk starts on Isla Cuale, near the outlet of the river, and you will pass by some really nice restaurants and a tequila factory. This walk is exceptionally nice in the morning when things are really quiet. We're here a little early, but there's a great open-air market here where you can find some very nice and unique pieces of art. One of the great things about this walk is that it is almost entirely in the shade, which is really nice on a hot day like today. John Huston filmed Night of the Iguana in Puerto Vallarta in 1963. There is a monument to him on the island, and you might even spot some iguanas if you're lucky. At the very back of the island, you will find the Centro Cultural Cuale Museum and Cultural Center. This center is dedicated to recreational and cultural events and has a wide variety of cultural workshops and classes. From the Cultural Center, we're going to cross the small footbridge to the south and continue along the riverside. This stretch of the walk follows the Cuale River and is a really laid-back and relaxing place. The residents here keep the riverside beautiful and have small flower gardens that line the path. The Cuale River can slow to a trickle in the dry season and can become a raging torrent when the rains come. We normally turn around here at the underpass, as this leads on into the next great neighborhood. But you can make this walk as long or as short as you would like. We're going to head back to the Malecon now to start our next great walk. This next walk is definitely the most physically challenging, but the views are certainly the most rewarding. We're starting our walk this morning on the Malecon and heading up the beautiful Josefa de Dominguez Street. This walk will take us to the Mirador La Cruz del Cerro lookout tower that sits on top of the mountain behind downtown Puerto Vallarta. There are several different routes you can take to the top, depending on where you're starting from. I would suggest avoiding heading up the hill in the middle of the day, but whatever time you decide to do this hike, be sure to wear comfortable shoes. After 3 blocks, you come to the Si Senor Garden Restaurant, one of our favorite places for an amazing splurge meal. Here, you can follow the steps on the left-hand side of the garden, and once at the top, go 1 block further up the hill and turn right onto Calle Emilio Carranza. Then go 1 block and turn left onto Calle Abasolo. This road is pretty steep here and dead ends at the beginning of the stairs to the top. You will see a trolley at the bottom, but clearly it hasn't operated for quite some time. Okay, so we're just getting started. We're like on the 2nd level up. The stairs go in winding levels, and we've made it to the 2nd one and we're catching our breath. But luckily we have the humidity to help spur us on this morning. After about 5 minutes climbing these stairs, you are instantly rewarded. Like we said, this isn't the easiest walk in town, but it's definitely the most rewarding. And you should definitely make a plan to come up here at least once during your trip to Puerto Vallarta. The complex at the top is actually quite large. You can walk to the top of the multi-story tower for the best views. It's recommended to make the climb to the tower in the morning when it's cool and the light is great for taking photos, or in the evening to catch the sunset over Banderas Bay. From the top, you get a real sense of the layout of the city that stretches across the bay. At the back of the complex, you get some really nice views of some of the other neighborhoods and of the Sierra Madre Mountains. Now we're headed back to Los Muertos Pier to begin our next great walk. Please join us. For our final walk of this video, we're starting here at Los Muertos Pier, and we're going to be walking south to Playa Conchas Chinas. You can stroll along Playa Los Muertos, which is probably the most famous beach in Puerto Vallarta. It does get quite crowded in the afternoon, which is what makes this hike to Conchas Chinas so rewarding. So when you get to the end of Los Muertos Beach, go up these steps behind me and just carry on, and it'll lead you straight to Conchas Chinas Beach. From the top of the hill, you get a great view of the bay and the small Amapas Beach. Be careful on the rocks, as they can be quite slippery when they're wet. This is a great little secluded spot that is never too crowded. From here, Just keep weaving your way south along the front of the condos and small hotels, and eventually you will end up in Conchas Chinas. After a few minutes, you will hit the sand again, where there are some beautiful rock formations and fascinating tidal pools that are full of life.
This is Playa Conchas Chinas, and literally, it doesn't get any better than this. Playa Conchas Chinas is a very quiet, small, uncrowded little beach, and there's some rock outcroppings providing a protected area where you can swim and snorkel.
This is one of our favorite spots in all of Puerto Vallarta. You have views of the lush green mountains and a near perfect beach. And best of all, after a nice hike, you can cool off in the beautiful clear water. Many of the beaches in Vallarta have very big waves crashing the shore, which is why Conchas Chinas is our favorite beach for swimming.
So these are some of our favorite walks in Puerto Vallarta. What are some of yours? Leave a comment and let us know. We hope you enjoyed these walks as much as we did. If you found value in this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Until next time, we are over the hill and far away.